Imagine crossing the ocean in a dark, cramped ship where luxury meant simply having a bed and not getting sick. And now, compare that to today's cruise ships with rooftop infinity pools, Broadway-level theaters, robotic bartenders, and private villas floating miles from land. Cruise ships didn't just improve over time. They underwent one of the most dramatic luxury transformations in modern history, turning from basic transportation tools into self-contained floating cities designed to overwhelm the senses. What caused this transformation wasn't just technology, but fierce competition, changing traveler psychology, clever marketing, and a complete reinvention of what it means to travel by sea. In this video, we're going to explore how cruise ships became this luxurious, why cruise lines kept pushing the limits, and how an industry once focused on survival evolved into one of the most extravagant experiences money can buy. How cruise ships became this luxurious when ships were about survival, not comfort for most of human history. Ships existed for one reason: to move people or cargo across water as efficiently and safely as possible. Comfort was secondary. Luxury was rare, and entertainment was almost non-existent. Early passenger ships and ocean liners were built with durability in mind, not experience. Travelers endured rough seas, shared sleeping quarters, limited food options, and long journeys that tested both patience and health. Even wealthy passengers, while enjoying better cabins and meals, were still constrained by the limitations of the technology and design of the time. The ocean was unpredictable, and ships were built to survive it, not celebrate it. This mindset defined sea travel well into the early 20th century, where crossing the Atlantic was an endurance challenge rather than a pleasure. The golden age of ocean liners, the late 19th and early 20th centuries, marked the first major shift toward luxury at sea. Ocean liners like the Titanic, Queen Mary, and Lusitania introduced elegance, class divisions, and refined interiors inspired by grand hotels and palaces. First-class passengers enjoyed fine dining, ornate ballrooms, and private promenades, while lower classes experienced far more basic conditions. These ships were status symbols, reflecting national pride and technological achievement. However, even at their peak, luxury was limited to certain passengers, and the core purpose remained transportation. Ocean liners were racing against each other for speed, prestige, and safety, not leisure. Still, this era planted the seed that ships could be more than just transportation. They could be experiences. The airplane changed everything. The arrival of commercial air travel in the mid-20th century completely reshaped global transportation. Suddenly, crossing the Atlantic took hours instead of days. Ocean liners lost their primary purpose almost overnight. Many companies collapsed, ships were retired, and an entire industry faced extinction. But instead of competing with airplanes on speed, a few visionaries realized ships could compete on experience. This realization marked the birth of modern cruising. Ships no longer needed to rush. They could slow down, offering relaxation, entertainment, and indulgence. The ocean itself became part of the vacation, not an obstacle to overcome. The birth of leisure cruising in the 1960s and 70s, cruise ships began to reposition themselves as floating resorts. Destinations like the Caribbean became central to this new model. Passengers weren't just traveling to somewhere, they were vacationing on the ship itself. Early cruise ships featured pools, lounges, live music, and themed dinners. While modest by today's standards, this was revolutionary at the time. Cruise lines realized that the ship could generate revenue continuously through dining, drinks, shows, and onboard activities. This shift fundamentally changed ship design, emphasizing open decks, social spaces, and comfort over speed and efficiency. Competition fueled the luxury arms race. As cruising gained popularity, competition between cruise lines intensified. Each company needed a reason for passengers to choose them over rivals. This led to a luxury arms race where ships became larger, flashier, and more feature-packed. One line would introduce bigger cabins, another would add water slides, and another would debut massive theaters. Every innovation forced competitors to respond or risk being left behind. Luxury was no longer optional. It became a necessity for survival. Ships transformed into marketing tools, with their amenities often overshadowing the destinations themselves. Ships became floating cities. Modern cruise ships are engineering marvels, effectively functioning as floating cities. They include shopping malls, hospitals, schools for crew members, multiple restaurants, power plants, and waste management systems. This self-sufficiency allows cruise lines to deliver hotel-level luxury while maintaining control over every aspect of the guest experience. The scale of these ships enables features that were once unimaginable at sea, such as ice skating rinks, surf simulators, zip lines, and even roller coasters. Bigger ships also mean more passengers, which lowers costs per guest and allows cruise lines to reinvest in even more luxurious features. The influence of the hotel and resort industry as cruising evolved, cruise lines began hiring executives and designers from the luxury hotel industry. This cross-industry influence reshaped how ships were designed and marketed. Cabins became staterooms, buffets became curated dining venues, and customer service adopted five-star hospitality standards. Cruise lines introduced suite-only areas, private lounges, and personal butlers to mirror elite resorts. The goal was no longer just comfort, but emotional impact. Passengers were meant to feel pampered, special, and immersed in luxury from the moment they stepped on board. Entertainment became a major selling point. One of the biggest drivers of luxury on board ships is entertainment. Cruise lines invested heavily in Broadway-style productions, live orchestras, celebrity performers, and immersive shows. Entertainment transformed ships into destinations in their own right. Advanced sound systems, lighting rigs, and massive theaters became standard. Some ships even feature custom-built venues designed for specific productions. This entertainment focus helps cruise lines justify higher ticket prices and keeps passengers engaged throughout the journey. Increasing onboard spending. Food and dining redefined luxury at sea. Food became another major battleground for luxury differentiation.
Oh!
Early cruises relied heavily on buffets and basic dining rooms. Today's ships feature menus designed by celebrity chefs, specialty restaurants, tasting menus, and global cuisine options. Dining is now an experience rather than a necessity. Cruise lines use food to signal quality, sophistication, and value. Premium dining packages, wine pairings, and private dining experiences further elevate the sense of indulgence. Technology enabled the luxury explosion. Technological advancements made modern cruise luxury possible. Stabilizers reduced motion sickness, allowing larger ships and open decks. Advanced navigation systems improved safety. Digital booking systems personalized guest experiences. Wearable technology now unlocks cabins, tracks preferences, and manages onboard spending. High-speed satellite internet allows passengers to stay connected at sea, something once impossible. These technologies work behind the scenes to make luxury feel effortless and seamless. Passenger psychology and the all-inclusive illusion. Cruise lines mastered the psychology of perceived value. By bundling accommodations, meals, entertainment, and transportation into one price, cruises feel like a luxury bargain. Passengers feel free to indulge because many costs are prepaid. This encourages relaxation, spending, and satisfaction. Luxury doesn't always mean exclusivity. Sometimes it means freedom from decision fatigue. Cruise ships excel at creating this illusion of abundance. The rise of ultra-luxury cruising beyond mainstream cruising, ultra-luxury lines emerged to cater to elite travelers. These ships focus on space, privacy, personalized service, and exclusivity. Smaller passenger counts allow for larger suites, private balconies, and bespoke experiences. These cruises resemble floating five-star hotels, often costing tens of thousands of dollars per trip. Their success proves that luxury at sea has no ceiling. Environmental pressure and sustainable luxury, modern luxury cruising faces growing scrutiny over environmental impact. Cruise lines are now investing in cleaner fuels, advanced waste systems, and energy-efficient designs. Sustainability is becoming part of the luxury narrative. Future ships aim to combine indulgence with responsibility, proving that luxury and environmental awareness can coexist. The future of floating luxury looking ahead, cruise ships will continue to evolve. Expect smarter ships, greener technology, deeper personalization, and even more immersive experiences. As long as travelers crave escape, indulgence, and novelty, cruise ships will keep pushing the boundaries of luxury. What began as survival at sea has transformed into one of the most extravagant experiences on Earth. Closing thoughts? Cruise ships didn't become luxurious by accident. They evolved through competition, innovation, psychology, and a relentless pursuit of wow factor. They reflect how travel itself has changed, from necessity to experience. And as technology and expectations continue to rise, the question isn't whether cruise ships will become more luxurious, but just how far floating luxury can go.